Hello everyone, it's me, Mimi Combs, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 Goodwill finds. That said, I didn't buy all these items at Goodwill. Some I got at Savers, however they are all from thrift stores, so no vintage stores or flea markets or garage sales. So I'm going to start out with some of the more useful items that I've purchased from Goodwill over the years. First of all, my bookshelves. The majority of my bookshelves have been bought from Goodwill, some of which not even to my knowledge because I was like a baby when we got them. And since I can't really just show you guys those items because they're in my room and I can't just bring them here, I have some footage that I can show of those as well. So these bookshelves are in like a light brown wood and then white wood, and I don't use them for just books, but it is pretty useful and it's a nice storage solution in my room, which would otherwise have cost a lot of money. On to the clothes. So I chose some of my basics because I do have a lot of interesting clothes that I found from Goodwill over the years, but I don't wear them as much. So some of the basics that I purchased are these shorts. They're pretty just like light material, and I like that they look like denim, but they're really soft. Looking at the tag, it says Calvin Klein jeans, so they're nice quality and I really like these ones. These are my go-to shorts when it's really hot out. Next, I have this denim jacket. I think it's just like a button down that I don't wear button down. This denim jacket, I wear this so often. It's my go-to denim jacket, and I don't know what brand it is. It says St. John's Bay, and I think that it's vintage because it's like a brand from 1984 it says. So I'm pretty sure this is vintage, but yeah, you can find items like these really often in thrift stores, so it's not like super exciting or cool to find, but it's really useful, and it's something that it's kind of better if you get it at a thrift store because it has that more vintagey or like worn in look. So that's pretty much it for the very useful and basic items that I purchased at Goodwill. Usually at thrift stores I will try to find like unique items that I wouldn't be willing to spend full price for, and so that's what the majority of these will be. This is a LuLaRoe t-shirt I got at Goodwill. It is a size small because they run pretty big, and it's the Irma style, so it's really long and baggy and has small sleeves. Minnie Mouse pattern is really cool, and I'm a huge Disney fan, so I like to wear this in the parks. I think I wore it once, but I'll definitely wear it if weather permits. LuLaRoe clothes tend to be really expensive, and it's kind of like one of those pyramid schemes, so you have to pay like 45 bucks and you have to know the right people. So getting this for, I think I got $5 for it, was a pretty good deal. Moving on, I have these Mickey ears that I found at Goodwill really recently. I think they're really cool, and I haven't found another pair of Mickey ears ever before at a Goodwill, so that's what these ones are. However, I'm sad that they do not come with the bow. I know they have a version with the bow, but I didn't get that one because they didn't have it available. But yeah, these ones are really cool, and it was only like $3, whereas I would usually pay $10 on Depop for a used pair of ears, or like $30 at Disneyland, but that's not the best deal. So this is like a tenth of the price. Moving on, I have mostly toys because I have been thrifting for a long time, and when I was younger I would really focus on the toy sections and try to get like the best deal on some older toys or things like that. First of all, I have Doraemon as a stuffed animal, and I really like this character. Even though I haven't seen the anime, I think this character is really cool, and this plush is so soft. Even when we put it in the wash, so all those times, it's still really soft, and it's really big and cuddly. And I don't usually tend to buy stuffed animals from Goodwill or thrift stores because you don't know where they've been. They sometimes have stains, but this one looked really nice condition. If you ever do buy clothes or stuffed animals or sheets or anything from a thrift store, make sure that you wash it first. That's the #1 tip I can give you. But yeah, that's Doraemon. I was really excited to find this one, and I think it was about $5. Next, I have a doll that I got from Savers actually. So when I first saw this, I wasn't entirely sure what it was, and when I was younger I really liked to look into the toys and the dolls that they had at thrift stores. So when I saw this, I immediately had to look it up and figure out what it was. I'm not sure how I figured it out. There must be a tag somewhere or something. However, I figured out this is a J doll, which is part of the Pull-Up brand, which I collect Pull-Up dolls, so I was really excited to find this one. And it's actually worth a lot of money if it's like in good condition. And even though I wasn't looking to sell it, it's always nice to know that something comes from like a nice quality and nice brand. If you can tell, like it has like the nice eyes. And J dolls, I don't know much about them. However, I do have 2 Pull-Ups. This one, however, is missing one of the hands, which is why I couldn't have sold it even if I wanted to. However, it's like very small and I didn't really notice it, so I still thought it was a really cool find, and this doll is really nice. So next, I have something that I found a little more recently. It's this carousel, and I have this displayed in my room now. It's really cool, and when I got it, I didn't know if it would work, so we had to like fix them things and the batteries and such. The light inside it, sadly, I'm not sure if you can tell, there should have been a light in here. It does not work. However, I was able to get this carousel to move. There's 2 buttons, so this setting, you can just like press it down and release, and then this one, it stays on until you press it to turn off. So I really like this. It's definitely like cutesy pastel, and it looks really nice on my vanity, so that's where I keep it. Some of the stickers are coming a little loose, however, so I might have to glue them down. It's still in nice condition though, and I think it's a really nice piece. This I did find at Savers, and it cost probably around $3. Next is this robot that when I saw it, I didn't know what I was looking at. It's a little strange looking. However, I looked into it, and these are not so old, but I did a lot of research. Like back in like the early 2010s when these sorts of toys were popular, it would have cost about $300. Nowadays, you could probably make $100 off of it. I haven't gotten around to selling it because I'm not sure if it does everything it's supposed to. However, from what I've tested, it does look like it does most of the stuff. It's from this brand, if you guys know. I think it's the brand that makes MIP, which is another robot of this sort of type. This is known as like the kissing robot or like the girlfriend robot. It's kind of weird. Like they'll give you like hugs or kisses and dance and stuff. So it's kind of a strange robot and kind of weird, but I think it was really cool. The fact that it was like $5 or $10 really made it like worth the purchase, just to have this piece and like to be able to like look up like the details about it. That's a good thing about like Goodwill. It's just a lot of fun to look into the products and just to explore, you know? And lastly, my last item in my top 10 of all-time thrift store finds is Wally. I got Wally. I was so excited when I saw this. I probably got this one a few years ago. Not too long ago, but also not too recent, at Goodwill. It was on the bottom shelf, and so you had to like kind of lean down to see it, and it wasn't working entirely well. I think one of the legs doesn't roll like it's supposed to, so it doesn't walk. However, it does everything else. How are you doing? It's so cool. I think this is so cool. I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Wally, and I love this toy. I have this displayed in my room as well. What else does it do? I'm not entirely sure how much this retails for, but I know it's like a Disney toy. Probably around $40 to $50. I'm not sure. If I find it, I'll let you guys know. But that's my guess. And I got this one for I think $10. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but I think it was around $10. So this is one of my favorites. That was all for my top 10 thrift store finds of all time. Let me know down below which one of these items are your favorite, or which ones you think are really cool, or whatever your thoughts are. Because some of these I made a really big deal out of when I was little, especially like the J doll and that robot. But like, I'm not even sure if it's cool or if it's just me because I've like trained myself to believe that. Like, I was so excited finding this, and just like, even though it doesn't have a hand, I'm like still really treasure this doll. But that just might be me, you know? Let me know also if you want to see any other videos similar to this, like how to thrift or flea market finds or clothing in general. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye!